Hi, this is Phyllis, Central Texas Crafter, and I'm attempting to fix a painting that I did the other day. It's a reverse dip, and I didn't really like it that much. And so instead of trying to finish this off today, I decided I'm just going to pour some additional leftover paint on it and then see what I can do to make it look different. I probably will just ruin it, but you know, you never know till you try. So, and since I don't like it, it's fine. So I've got some golden paint, some Deco Art paint, some metallic copper paint that's Deco Art, and the golden paint is the Phthalo Blue, and then I've got some Sargent white. So I think I've represented every brand I own with this pour. So I'm just going to, I've stirred it in. The metallic paint is very light weight-wise. I mixed it with a little bit of water so it sank right to the bottom. And I have the white on the bottom. So we'll see how this is going to turn out when I flip it. I did stir it just slightly to mix up the paint. So here we go. And it's sitting there. Oh, there we go. That's good. There just wasn't a lot of paint in there, so that's probably why. It's kind of sitting. So we'll see what happens when I lift the cup up. Ooh, that's a mess. All right, the cup's prettier than the painting. It's pretty interesting. All right, so I am going to just tilt it a little bit, let it flow around. I really like that actually. Unfortunately, I didn't put very much paint on there, so I can't cover the whole canvas. But my intent was to cover the center of the painting, but who knows? I might do a part 2 and add a little bit more paint to this and see what it looks like. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn off the video and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, it's Phyllis again, Central Texas Crafter, part 2 on fixing this painting. I've mixed a little bit more of the paint, stirred it up just slightly, and I should mention that before I poured on this canvas, it's been used before, I did clean it with cornstarch and water so that there wouldn't be any silicone. And I think the paints do have silicone in them. They're leftover paints from a few days ago. So I'm just going to keep pouring this on here and see what we end up with. Just make it kind of a dirty pour and then move it around a little bit. Hope it turns out to be interesting because it looks pretty strange right now. I don't know if I should have stirred it. That might have made it too muddy. But we'll see what we end up with. I'm all for trial and error. That's part of this kind of painting anyway. And I enjoy it and am up to the challenge. All right, so I'm going to just spread it around. That was the other thing with this reverse dip, is just it seemed like there's a lot of the canvas that was left that didn't have any paint on it, so I don't know what I did wrong. It was my first reverse dip and it took me like 4 tries. I used cellophane, I think, and then I finally used paper towel, which helped to soak it up. I think I'm liking this. Kind of reminds me of a kind of a nature scene. Again, I'm not sure I have enough paint, but we'll see what we can do with what we have. I just didn't want to waste a lot of paint today. That's really pretty, kind of psychedelic. I will have to pour some around the edges though. Looks like I may do part 3 on this. Still don't have enough paint. All right, I'm back in a little bit. All right, Phyllis again, Central Texas Crafter, part 3 of fixing this reverse dip disaster. So part 1, I didn't put enough paint and really didn't have it together. Part 2, I didn't have enough paint, but I do like the way it's turning out. And this time, unfortunately, I think I'm going to have too much blue. So I'm going to add a little bit more of the green. And I just store some of my leftover paints in these condiment bottles. And in fact, sometimes I just mix them up. So if I have a dark green and another dark green, I just put them together. I don't know if that's a problem. It seems to be okay when I use these leftovers. And I know most of these that I'm using now, except the white and the metallic, have a little bit of silicone. So that means the blue and the green both have a little bit of silicone in it. All right, so there's my color scheme. I did put quite a bit of metallic, but it went down to the bottom. So let's see what else I can do with this painting. It is kind of a wild look. You can see the silicone's going crazy here. All right, let me see what I can do with this. Now it looks very reptilian, kind of like a snake. I like that copper metallic paint. I mentioned in my last video that I've just started using the metallic paints and really have been enjoying them. I used gold metallic the other day. This ended up a little bit muddy, I'm afraid, but I think I'm still liking it. Just trying to get the sides. I put bottle caps on the bottom so that when I get done, I can easily resin. So I have a base to put them on, but I didn't tape them on very good today, so one of them fell off. Ooh, there's a little bit of white showing up. This is a wild paint, a wild painting. Alright, so I said the other day in my last video, I hate to waste paint. I will do something like this before I scrape. And you can tell I hate to waste paint because I didn't even put enough paint the first 2 times. And I think I might try one more iteration of the paint. I like it, but I like the middle better than I like the outer edges. So stay tuned, not finished. Okay, this is Phyllis again, Central Texas Crafter. I've put just a little bit more paint on here. Basically, I'm using up the spare paint that I'd started with, and going to tilt, move it around, and see what I end up with. So here we go. I told you I don't like to waste paint, but I feel like I've just gone crazy with paint. But not using a whole bunch, I guess. Which I guess that's alright too. So it's looking pretty crazy. I think I'm tilting too fast as usual. And get some of that white over here. I like that. Looks good on there. And let this tilt down a little bit more this way. See if I can't fill that gap down at the bottom with a little bit more of the blue and less of the muddy green. Ooh, that's kind of cool looking. Almost looks like it's framed that way. Well, lo and behold, I might even like this one after all. It's definitely more conversational than it was before. And like I said, I wasn't happy at all with the reverse dip, so I've just scrapped the reverse dip concept for me until I can do better with that. And just making this a regular flip and tilt. That's really pretty. I like that. Alright, I am done. I can't believe it. After all those tries, it actually turned out really nice. Alright, so thank you for watching and watching me experiment, and I hope you gained something out of this today, other than just laughing at me. Anyway, have a great evening. Thanks. Bye.